Oh yeah, and welcome back to Green Hill Gaming, where I share my passion of video games with the whole wide world. In this live stream I'm playing Gran Turismo 7. So sit back, relax, but as always, and more importantly, enjoy the live stream. So I went back to a world circuit. To the one lap attack, and it just seems like I got a silver on the one lap attack, but I would like to get a gold. So I'm going to kick off the live stream by trying to get a gold trophy, try to place first in the one lap attack on this circuit experience. So I'm going to get stuck in now. It's a long enough lap as well. Fucking hell. the fuck is up with this car? No, the car's a heap of shit. I'm not even joking. No, that's not normal. There's an update there for the game, and I'm sure they're after fucking up this car. Because no, the handling of this car doesn't feel one bit right. Look at this, like I'm hitting the brakes, like look at this. That's not normal at all. Something wrong with this car, definitely. Ah, fuck this thing. Seconds. Right. I can see why I took the silver and moved on this, I can tell you that much. Brakes are just completely fucked. Oh, just give me 2 seconds there. be back in a minute. Well, I'm still here, like, but I just doing something. Nice. I'll be right back. But I'm still here, like, I'm just fucking. Alright, Damien. Welcome back to Green Hill Gaming for a live stream of Gran Turismo 7. Once again, torturing myself. I actually went back to Circle Experience, one lap, attack, previously got a silver on it, but I want to get a gold now. So yeah, with the torturing of Green Hill Gaming begin. But how are you keeping, man? Oh, I hate the handling of this car, like. I actually forgot about this one lap attack, to be honest. I was going through my I was going through all the tracks, like, and just seeing silver. I was convinced I got a gold, to be honest. So I want to go back and get a gold. And as you can see, it's going great. It's going great. Oh god, it's going great. Oh, let's give me 2 seconds there. Fucking all over the place tonight. Jesus Christ almighty, what the fuck? Just 2 seconds. Wait, I am back. I haven't played this in a minute. Let's go back to it. I know what you mean when it comes to games you haven't played for a long time. I was actually going to play some Final Fantasy 7 actually tonight because I haven't played that for a long time. But I don't know. I felt like I'm kind of like I haven't played for so long, and because it's such a story-driven game, I just kind of felt like even though I've played it before, like I've played like Final Fantasy 7 before, I just felt like I don't know. I just felt like fuck it, I'd be lost. But I will go back and finish it eventually. I will complete that game eventually. Eventually. I'm hoping to have it finished before part 2 of the remake gets released. Oh, it's a pity you can't pick your car like in the one lap attacks. Jesus Christ. Once again, I'll be right back. Sorry. Right, no, I'm back for good now. No more distractions. Right. Green Hill Gaming is back in business. Right. I'm on top of the leaderboard anyway. So even if I do just have to like just finally just take that silver like when top of the friends like leaderboard, like obviously not the world leaderboard. I don't even know if there is actually world leaderboards when you're actually doing these type of races. They're not really a race, like, but you know. Shit off. Fuck. This car is absolutely a nightmare to drive. How are you, Dad? How are you getting on? I'm not too bad, no thanks for asking. As always, you are very welcome to Green Hill Gaming. How are you keeping? I think Gran Turismo 7 is live stream. Fucking hate this track. Not the track actually, it's the fucking car. Just controls like a fucking penguin on ice. To get 158 times 500 that's a gold. And it's tough. Nice car, it's a shit car because the control is shit. Good tanks, self is sick. Jesus. Well, hoping I get better soon. Okay, this, I mean, I'm good, but I know what you meant. I was able to read it. fucking car, like, Jesus Christ. Oh dear God, this fucking one lap attack. So fucking annoying. I actually did. It looks fantastic. Has to be said. I know people are complaining about Chris Pratt. Is it? Yeah, Chris Pratt. His voice, saying that he doesn't sound like Mario. My take on that is, see, people associate Charles Martinet, whatever his name is, as the voice of Mario, right? So, like, it doesn't matter who voices Mario. Like, I think a lot of people won't be happy because of the fact that it's not Charles. Just call him Charles. So I don't think they'll be able to take to anybody that isn't Charles, which is understandable. I can understand where they're coming from. Personally, I have no issue with how he sounds in the movie. I mean, to be honest with you, like, I think people will just get used to it. To be honest with you, I don't know how old some of the Mario fan base. I don't know how old the majority of the fan base actually is. But like, I think what they have to remember is before Mario even got a voice, he was still a thing. Like, you know what I mean? He didn't talk up until Super Mario 64, and there was even old animated cartoons. Animated cartoons is the exact same thing, but you know what I mean? Before Mario had a voice, do you know what I mean? In the games. So I don't know I don't know what people define as um, Mario's voice, you know. But I have no issue with it. I think it looks like a Mario movie. Do you know what I mean? Very impressed with what I saw, and I have to say. Jack Black as Bowser will steal the show. Oh, well, I think the movie will just steal the show really, in general. But Jack Black, I think from even the reveal trailer, did a fantastic job voicing Bowser. And I mean, the animations itself, like, I mean, looks like Bowser, acts like Bowser. But yeah, man, he did. He's going to do a great job voicing Bowser. But I have to say, I'm very impressed with what I've seen. It doesn't feel like, I didn't look at it and say to myself um, like I didn't look at it and say to myself like, what the hell is this like? You know, I didn't say to myself like, this isn't Mario, like, you know. So yeah, very impressed with it now. We'll be back on Saturday, but the weather meant to be. I know your routine by now, man. You don't have to tell me. I could just write it down on the book. I know exactly like the times and everything else. But thanks for letting me know, nonetheless. Doesn't even sound like Jack Black, and I know it's mental. It's completely like, it's almost like he could just completely embodied like Bowser. You know, which is great. Like, you know. Yeah, but it is kind of entertaining. I think it's entertaining. I think it's interesting and it's entertaining. Reading the comments about Mario's voice, I just find it more. I just find it more. I actually find it more interesting than anything else because, again, like, it does 2 seconds. I have the volume turned up way too high in this fucking headset. I can't hear myself talk. But yeah, I mean, it does beg the question, like, what does Mario sound like? Like, just because of Charles, like, you know, we just kind of associate him as the voice of Mario, like, and I don't know, I just think I have to look at the broader picture. I just have to realise how long Mario's been around, almost 40 years, and he didn't have a voice until Super Mario 64, you know, and to put things in perspective, like Mario made his debut as Jumpman in Donkey Kong in, like, the very, like, early 80s, right? Then he made his official debut as Mario in Mario Bros. At the arcade, right? Then he made his console debut in the series that we all know, Super Mario Bros. Then there was Super Mario Bros. 2 and Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels. Then there was Super Mario Bros. 3. There was Super Mario Land on the Game Boy. Super Mario World. I think there's even Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island as well. And none of those games Mario had a voice. Okay? So this is something important to point out. Then Mario eventually got a voice in the games with Mario 64, on the N64, right? But before that game released, as I said, I'm only repeating myself now again, but before that game got released, Mario 64, and Mario had a voice, the Charles, there was, I think there was like 1 or 2 cartoons, right? In fact, one of the people who actually voiced Mario was actually a former wrestler. I forget his name. He since passed away. But yeah, he was the voice of Mario. So nobody said, like, I don't think, did anybody react to Super Mario 64 with Charles and say, hey, that doesn't sound like Mario? That'd be interesting. Did anybody react like that? So again, I just think it's interesting. You know, people listen to Chris Pratt, and say, oh, it doesn't sound like Mario. I don't know. I think the most important thing is, you know, he looks like Mario, and, you know, he's going to act like Mario, and I think that's all that matters. It's not like he just appeared on the screen as Chris Pratt. You know, that would be insane, wouldn't it? So yeah, me personally, anyway, I just don't have any issue with the voice of Mario. I think, look, I've been burnt with Resident Evil for a very long time, even Mortal Kombat, you know, 2 of my beloved video game series. I've seen those movies being dragged, I've seen the franchise being dragged through the dirt in Hollywood and Netflix, you know, turning Wesker black and just mixing the races of Jill and Leon, and just completely fucking around with the aesthetics as well half the time. I don't know, I just fucking felt burnt with those movies. I mean, again, at least after watching that trailer, you know, it looked like Mario. The world around the Mushroom Kingdom looked like the Mushroom Kingdom. You know, Bowser looked fantastic as well. Yeah, I'm hyped for it now, I have to say. I'm hyped for it. There used to be blackjack sweets when I was a young boy. You act like blackjacks were like this, like, back in my day. You know, everyone knows how blackjacks are, boy. Relax. Nice driving. Nice driving. You've been sarcastic, huh? Do you know what's funny? Well, actually, it's not funny. It's actually depressing. That's the truth. There was a part of me yesterday when Nintendo actually announced that. Well, not yesterday. It was 2 days ago. They announced that they would be showing the trailer to the Mario movie. There was a part of me, just a little part of me, that was thinking, you know, maybe they'll tease the next Mario game in this, like, Mario Direct, right? There's a little part of me, right? And then Nintendo of America, like, posted out on Facebook, right? Like, they posted, like, just a reminder, like, today is the Super Mario Bros. Movie Direct. It's going to start at such a time, and then in brackets, just for me, just for Johnny, just to make Johnny's day even worse, you know. there will be no game information shown in this direct. I'm like, fuck you, Nintendo. Fuck you. It was no. It was it was a great direct. You know what I mean? It was only for like Mario movie. Fair enough. Scrap. But it was kind of funny. No, it was funny more than anything else, though. You know, because just to see them brackets, like, you know, it was like, it was like aimed at me, like, what part? What part of what? What I'm actually looking forward to the most is the score, the musical score for the movie. It's been confirmed that they're going to incorporate many pieces of music from the series into the movie, which is fantastic. I mean, all I can think of there is Super Mario 64 of you. What you mean, what part of you? I don't understand why you're asking me. But yeah, I'm just thinking of Super Mario 64 and the soundtrack of that game being incorporated into the movie. Oh, I can't wait. I'm also looking forward to like, you know, because it's a movie and it's a game, you know, so it's going to be all about like story, you know, so it's not about like, you know, controlling Mario and moving from the left of the screen to the right of the screen and collecting power stars or whatever else. It's a movie, so I think it's going to be really like nice to see like, you know, all of the characters from Mario, like, you know, being kind of like being given screen time, you know what I mean? A bit of story, like, you know, seeing a lot more of these, you know, the characters and the villains from the Mario series, you know. Because I always enjoy playing games like Mario RPG and Mario and Luigi and Paper Mario, because those are like RPG games. It was like heavily like story driven. You got to like go to like, you know, locations in the Mushroom Kingdom. You got to like, you know, you got to meet up with these characters, like the Goombas and the Shy Guys and the Koopalings or whatever else. They all had little kind of stories going on, like, you know, so that's what I'm looking forward to as well with this movie. But yeah, I mean, oh god, yeah, seeing the trailer, man, and very impressed with what I have seen. Oh, and just one more thing as well. I think they're actually trying to tell. I think a bit like Sonic. Actually, which is kind of confusing, really, because Sonic is coming from a strange world into the real world. But I think what they're actually doing personally, what they're doing with the Mario movie is they're actually going to be telling a story of like Mario, because he's somewhat human, like he looks more human than anything else, right? I don't know, I'm probably wrong, but I think they're going to go with like Mario somehow ends up in the Mushroom Kingdom. Whether he's human or not, like, but yeah, it looks like it, because when he arrives there, like, he's basically saying, like, what is this, like, you know, kind of stuff, like, but yeah, interesting. You said a part of you. Alright, haha, hilarious. Oh, my sides are splitting. Haha, haha. No, sorry, I'm joking. Mr. Chad Middleton, you are very welcome to Green Hill Gaming. As always, no DK weed memes. No DK. He's going to be in the movie, actually, Donkey Kong. Didn't show him in the trailer, but there's going to be obviously there'll be a lot more trailers shown from now until the movie releases next spring. But Chad, how are you doing? Very welcome to the live stream. Feel free to share your thoughts on the movie. What are your thoughts on Mario's voice? I see that it's a lot of people are being very vocal online about, you know, not my Mario's voice, or not my Charles Martinet, or something. I don't know. Me personally, I have no issue. And I'm not saying that like, I'm not like saying that any kind of like bias queer or anything. I just literally it just doesn't bother me, like if he opened his mouth and he sounded like Chris Rock or something, you know, Like if the first thing that Mario said when he arrived in Mushroom Kingdom was, "Nigga, where the hell am I? Where is this place?" I'd be like, "The fuck? Who's this guy?" You know? But it's fine. I've no issue with it. It sounds okay. People just have to get used to the fact that, you know, Charles is not actually voicing Mario in the movie. And I think what they also have to understand is, would they prefer that Mario didn't actually speak? I'll explain what I mean by speak now in a second. Would they prefer that he didn't speak in the movie? Or speak? Which would they prefer? For him to speak or not speak? Because if they prefer him to speak, then what they have to understand is Mario doesn't actually speak in the games. If you stop and think about it, all he says is woohoo and it's a me and mamma mia. He doesn't actually talk. So as great as a voice actor that Charles Martinet might be, he never actually had Mario having a conversation in any of the games, did he? So does it make sense for Illumination and Nintendo to actually hire Charles Martinet for what, the 90-minute whatever movie? I don't think so. So because he's speaking, they have to get somebody else that can actually, you know what I mean? So they kind of have to make their mind up in terms of, like, you know, what they want from this movie. Because if they just had Charles, I guarantee you, if they had Charles, right, and he was just doing the typical "it's me Mario," they'd be like, "Oh, what is this? This isn't a movie. This is more of a game. He should be speaking," you know. So anyway, you can't please the Nintendo fanboys. That's all I say for that one. You know what I mean? Seems you're not in the best. I'm grand, mate. I'm grand. This is your old jokes. That's all. But I'm grand. I need to hear more of it. It's okay. But where's Mario's cake? I understand what you mean, Chad. But you know, I understand where people are coming from with the voice of Mario. But does it matter though? Because again, I just think we're just so familiar with Charles. You know, we're so familiar with the iconic, you know, catchphrases of Mario from Mario 64 to Odyssey. Like, you know, it's a me, Mario, you know, let's go, woohoo. You know, we're just so used to that. Like, we just associate that with Mario. But when's the last time you heard Mario having a conversation? So do we really know what Mario sounds like? Do we really know his voice? See, I'm going deep as fuck into this one. You know, like, I'm gonna, like, I see people just being like very kind of like one-liner about it, like, oh, I don't like his voice. But like, I'm really exploring, like, in great detail, like, Mario's voice. What is Mario's voice? Have we ever heard Mario actually speak and actually have a conversation? Well, no, we haven't. We haven't heard Mario have a fucking conversation. Do you know what I mean? Like, he just says, "Let's go, woohoo, it's to me." That's not a conversation. So we don't know what he sounds like. We do not know what Mario sounds like. And as I pointed out at the start of the live stream and showed it, there was cartoons of Mario before Mario even had a voice in the games. Why didn't anybody complain when Mario 64 came out and say, "Oh, he doesn't sound like Mario. This is not Mario. This doesn't sound like Mario." What the fuck does Mario sound like? You know what I mean? That's what you have to really ask yourself the question. What does he sound like? We never heard him speak properly. And just because Charles voiced Mario from 64 to Odyssey, it doesn't mean that, like, because, you know, someone else voices him and he sounds a little bit different. Like, come on. You know, and I think it all depends on what he says as well. I don't know. I just think when you have black whiskers, whiskers that, you know, don't even look like Wesker, or even act like Wesker. Welcome to Raccoon City. reckon the raccoon shitty. When you have Hispanic Leon Kennedys and fucking mixed races Jill Valentine has got a crush on Alfred Wesker. I just think there's a lot worse going on in Hollywood and Netflix when it comes to video game movie adaptations. You know what I mean? I think we'll eventually just get over the fact that Mario's song was a little bit different. You know? That's all I say to that one. They turned Shaggy black. They turned Shaggy black. Honestly. True. He never had an actual. Well, he had a voice, but he had a voice. Mario had a voice, but he never actually spoke. He never actually had a conversation. I think people are, personally, I'm not having a go at people's opinion, but I just think that maybe that opinion is just a little bit over exaggerated, is what I would say. And I don't think it's a reason to completely disregard the movie. You're not watching it because he doesn't sound like Mario. I mean, come on. I mean, at least he's not black. You know, at least he's not waving a fucking rainbow flag. You know, going on about like he's dying in love for yeah, I mean, at least he didn't go Game of Thrones and fucking say like, oh, Luigi, I've always loved you. You know, look at what the world says. So like, do you know what I mean? Like, I just think there's a lot worse that could have happened in the fucking movie, right? Than Mario not sounding like Charles is what I would say. You know, it could have been a lot fucking worse. Like, could have been 10 times fucking worse. Like, all right. Oh no. Oh, Bowser is misunderstood. There's a much deeper backstory to Bowser. You know, they could have fucking done fucking the Bowser. You know, the movie could have been called The Bowser. You know, and it's about Bowser and how he grew up. You know, and how he was treated like shit. You know, so he's not really a villain. He's just this misunderstood character. Do you know what I'm saying, like? For fuck's sake, like. I just think people need to kind of tone it down a little bit, like, when it comes to, like, you know, the voice of Mario, like, you know. Because these things take off, like, you know, these fucking absolute fucking loud-ass motherfuckers on fucking, you know, fucking social media, like, you know, these people take off, like, and then all of a sudden, like, oh, the movie is shit, movie shit, movie shit, movie shit. And then, like, you really look into why it's shit, like, oh, well, Mario doesn't sound like Mario. I'm like, really? That's a reason to hate a movie? You got like Weapon of the Raccoon shitty. Do you know what I mean? Come on, like, you know, Mortal Kombat, like, you know, where they're gonna have the fucking tournament. What the fuck is it called Mortal Kombat for? It doesn't have Mortal Kombat in it. It's ridiculous. Anyway, rant over. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, but you know, I was like to kind of analyse those opinions a little bit. You know, anyway. Short answer to your question, Damien. I've seen the trailer, and I'm hyped for it. And we don't have one, because you can't stand up and say anything. No. Oh Jesus! Don't even get me started. Oh Christ! Don't even get me started now, man. Don't even get me started. Oh Christ! I'm not ranting long enough now as it is. This car is just, it's glitched. There's something wrong with this car. You are back. Okay, no problem. Oh Jesus Christ, it's a fucking car, like, it's not the tracker or anything else, it's the shitty car. If this fucking track didn't have this car, I'd be getting a goal. So in 2 days' time, it's the 30th anniversary of Mortal Kombat, as I mentioned last night. And even though I'm not really, I don't mind that they're not going to mention the next Mortal Kombat. We all know their next game is Mortal Kombat. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with them not showing it, not talking about it, you know. They obviously want to like have a grand kind of grand like reveal, you know, for that like. Been saying it like I don't know. I mean, they could have just booked out a venue, you know, like some kind of like fucking conference hall, you know, and just went all out like and advertised this thing like 6 months ago, like, you know, the 30th anniversary of Mortal Kombat. It's gonna be epic. It's gonna, and just I don't know. They could have went all out. They could have announced the next Mortal Kombat game. Anyway, look, I don't know. That's what it is. But I'm okay with that. But I just think, yeah, I said last night, I just think it'd be a shame if they didn't announce some kind of collection. Like, I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's just the original Mortal Kombat games, like 1, 2, and 3, just as downloadable games on the eShop, PlayStation Store, Steam, Xbox. I don't care. I really don't care. You know? Something. Just acknowledge 30 years of Mortal Kombat with a game collection. Like, just do some kind of like tweet. You know, like where Goro was like holding a cake in his hand or something like that, you know. I'd be like, come on, no, Ed. Fuck's sake, like, you know. I don't think, I mean, surely they can't. Surely they can't just ignore games like Street Fighter anniversary thing. You're getting sleepy, going to bed. I'm always sleepy. Aren't you going to bed? I will be no soon. Just I want to give this another few attempts. Oh, for fuck's sake. Car emoji. first. Now, why couldn't I have just taken my silver trophy and just left it at that? But see, I was browsing through my circuit experiences and I was just seeing the silver and I'm like, silver, I can get a gold. So I went back to it. I'm telling you, if there was any other car, I'd have a gold well by now. That's ridiculous. So what I don't get about this game is why is there some parts where it tells you to brake and then there's parts like where you should be braking like this and it doesn't fucking say brake. So what's that about, like? The red lines indicate where you should brake, by the way. But there's parts in the track like this now, right? I had to brake there now, like, but it didn't tell me to brake, so what the fuck, like? What's that about, like? Cue some random ass GT fucking fanatic, you know, from fucking Mexico to join the live stream and just fucking, you know, just completely give a scientific explanation as if to why that's the case. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I can't fucking have a comeback then. It's happened to me before, like, with other games, like, some random fucker like that I've never spoken to before, I've never been on the channel before, just joins the live stream. Fucking, you know, hula bula from fucking Mexico, you know. Just starts fucking, like, seriously breaking down the science behind it, like. I don't know what the fuck can I say then, like, how the fuck do I always contact them? You know, okay, fair enough. You know what I mean? It's bad, like. That has happened, like. Maybe you meant to know what the fuck. What? You do realise there's a massive delay in the fucking the chat. So like when you say something, like when you type something, I won't get it until like 30 to 40 seconds. And with your internet, God only knows how long. So I don't know. You need to be more specific, like when you're typing. Because I don't know like what that means, like. Like I don't know what I said like 40 seconds ago, like. I forget what I said 40 seconds ago, you know? Now if I ask a question, it's different. If I mention something, it's different. But if I just happen to say something like randomly, you know, I'm going to forget what that was 40 seconds ago. That's because you're getting old. Well, if I'm getting old, fuck me, you're an antique. We should put you on eBay. If I'm old and you're Hayachi from Tekken. Hayachi, isn't it? Hayachi. This is called him Hayachi. So if his name is Achi, I'm saying hello to him. Hi, Hayachi. No, way past the sell-by days. Past the sell-by days. Fucking car. Oh god. Why can't you fucking listen to music? What's the story with the music like? That's annoying, like. Why isn't there any music on these circuit experiences? It's annoying, like. How the fuck do you get 58.5 points? Sorry. I sounded right fucking cranky fucker right now, don't I? It's this fucking car. What do you reckon? Is that quarter one or quarter two? Quarter one. Okay. 12:45. Thank you. I wasn't too sure if it was quarter to two. I was looking at the clock and I thought it was quarter to two first. Low battery again. Make sure your phone is charged. We'll say good night. Enjoyed as always. Thanks. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Glad you enjoyed. Good night. Sleep well, and I will see you in the morning. Well, in the next live stream. Good night. I think they'll clear it up until 1 o'clock. What the fuck? Nah, fuck that shit. I'm going to fucking... This thing's a fucking head wrecker. I'll take my silver and I'll fucking be happy enough with it. Fuck that shit. See, I'm fucking not getting stressed out over it. Fuck that. Thanks, Ed. Oh, look, I got 3-star fucking roulette ticket anyway. Thanks. Fuck that, like. No, I came first there. Fuck that. Look, got a gold in every little thing. So, I shall take my silver. Oh, I actually have two. Let's take the 3-1 first. What's it gonna be? Lowest amount of money. Yay. Yay, I'm so surprised. Oh my god. I'm shaking with the shock. What's it gonna be? One gold bar. Yay. Even worse. Well, this sums up the last few days of my life, but anyway. Great. Right. Thanks for watching, as always. Much appreciated. And I'll catch you all in the next live stream.